Okie dokie, howdy Humboldt. Here we are at Power Girl Productions Studios in Humboldt County, California. We are about to set out and embark our daily rounds as we go check out the Victory Garden. Still working out some of the kinks. I am Power Girl. That is Miss Moxie Rose. And this is Rainbow's End. Alright. It's been a while. Haven't been on camera quite some time. We've had a lot of things to do. So finally got a break. Just happens to be Memorial Day weekend, so we thought we'd come out and show you how we're doing. Things are still looking a little wild. This is just our flower section, so they're low priority. It's with a heavy heart this morning that we are coming out to the Victory Garden and looking at our Russian kale, because we've had some heartbreaks these last few weeks. So anyway, everything is looking beautiful. Look at how beautiful it is, and really good job. Done on the lettuce boxes. So yeah, everybody's looking good. You can see that one of our cilantros got wiped out. If you'll remember the video, seeding the cilantro seeds, the first one got wiped out, and one is thriving. This one over here. I'm not sure what the difference is, except for maybe snails had more access. And we did pick a good spot because you can see they're just thriving and not bolting, which if cilantro gets too much sun, gets too warm, it's a cool weather herb, it will seed quickly, and then you can't use it for what you want to use it for. So we're excited, and I'm really excited to tell Gary that we can probably start snipping some of this cilantro so we can grow, it'll grow more that way if we snip it. So anyway, yeah, this is the babies. Look at how big they are. You've been gone so long. A lot can happen in so many weeks and months past. We've just been so busy trying to maintain our income and keep paying the mortgage and dealing with the new normal with a PTSD disability that nobody wants to seem to treat or even have answers for. So luckily I have been dealing with this my whole life, and God keeps giving me answers. So look at this artichoke. Speaking of trauma, this is my Lori Thompson section of the garden. This is in, hey, don't you, oh yeah, don't mess with that. This is my section. I have the amethyst because Lori loved amethyst. So does her daughter. So yeah, let me get out of the way so you can see that. So anyway, we just have some rough amethyst for the garden. That's my weeping angel. There's a story there we'll tell someday. And that's my lilac we got in memory of our little trailer in Castro Valley. We were so grateful for when we got some relief on the crazy Bay Area rents. And there's my hydrangea. It's a pot, what do you call it? A pot holder hydrangea. So pink, I think. And there's that artichoke. Lori loved her artichokes. And this one is about to bloom. This artichoke, I was just telling someone, has been through the ringer. Look at her. So We've saved her. She's 3 years old. This is the first time she's going to be really blooming an artichoke. She's had several disappointments, but she hasn't given up, and that's why we're going to seed her, because she is a survivor, and she just quietly sits here in the corner and does her thing. And she's about to reach her full splendor, so I'm very excited about that, and I can't wait to share that with you. We will continue to do our little short promo vids if you prefer those, and then I will do my garden walks as often as I possibly can. We have some salvia. Salvia is good to have. It attracts butterflies. This is raspberry here we've got growing. Ooh. Oh, look, we have it. Oh, look at the situation we have over here, guys. A whiny mally wally. All right, you know what's going on? She wants the ball. Look, watch. Look. Look. Look at that. That's all she cares about. Okay, watch. That's like a weak toss for her. She needs. She just got done with Dad, so she's trying to trick you. They do that. So anyway, we've got some lemon cucumber back there. A few survived. We left for LA and we got wiped out by the snails. So these will probably be just seeds. We're going to seed most of them. I mean, of course, we're going to use the flesh for the lemon cucumber, but we were hoping to sell some in the rummage sale that we're going to be doing out here at Rainbow's End. But that might not happen this year, because this year we're going to focus on reseeding, because we know that if we reseed our seeds, they are stronger every time we do that. So that is what we're doing here with the artichoke as well. We're just going to hope for some really wonderful. We're going to let this flower out. You can see the splendor of, you know, the big globe artichoke when it turns to full flower, and then we'll seed it. And hopefully those seeds will be very strong, because this artichoke has lived in this house now for 3 years. So it's tried and true. It survived the many trials and tribulations, which, let me tell you, my friend, not easy to do. So we have the roses are coming in just in time for Memorial Day. And they are absolutely amazing. I saved these roses. Most of these plants are rescues. A lot of them are. This one, for sure, they were over here up against the garage on the other side of the fence. They weren't getting any sun. Now they've got full splendor sun all day, and even a little bit of shade in the afternoon. So just to give them a break. Not that roses need that, but anyway. So yeah, and here's my little mini painted ladies. I love painted roses. It is one of the themes of our media company. We are down the rabbit hole and hopefully leading people out back to an even better normal. So that is, you can see my little blue flame over there on the left. Another symbol, Power Girl symbol. So anyway, we got a little kiwi that's hanging in. We just grounded, see here we have voles, so we have to protect. I'm protecting the goji berry. That's a goji berry right there next to just to the left of the gnome. Or I guess that's his right. And that one is just coming back to life. It almost didn't make it, so it's going to sit there in its pot so that it doesn't get eaten by voles, because I'm sure it has very yummy roots. The fruit trees and vines usually do. This kiwi's hanging in, but probably isn't quite right for zone 9B, which is where we are here in McKinleyville. So this is I believe it's bok choy. Again, this is another one planted by our dear friend that anyway, yeah, another heartbreak. That's all. Hopefully time will work that one out. I don't know what else to say. People don't take my disability seriously, or they think they know what's right for me, and they just don't know. They can't possibly. There's no way they can. And if they can't hear me, if they can't listen to my words, heed my warnings, hear my request for accommodations. It's just not gonna fit in around here very much because it's a steep slope we're on right here. So anyway, that's why we call it the Erie. We are on a high mantle. God has chosen us for a very high calling. And so we have to be real about where we are, and that's what we're doing. So this is where he's lifted me out of the killing fields and put me in the garden, and this is where I sit. And this is how I work through my lifetime disability of PTSD, which for many, especially veterans, if we think about it today on Memorial Day, for many, especially veterans, can be a life or death situation. So that's what we're all about at Power Girl Productions. That's what we're all about at Humboldt Homegrown. This is my victory garden. This was all thick grass when I first moved in here, and I've turned it into something completely different. I used it to help my body process the incredible trauma that I was faced with in January of 2017 and not getting any support from my employer. And then when they found out about it, they actually used it against me. So now I am even more disabled, and I am working through that. So this is how I do this. That's how I work through it. Right here, you're looking at it. This is the biggest thing. Turning this was this whole thing, I think this is about, I think Gary measured it, I think it's 60 feet. 60 feet long, maybe. Yeah, 60 feet long. It is 60 feet long. And 6 foot wide, maybe 5. And it was full of grass, very, very tall grass. And I pulled the grass out, clump by clump, saved the dirt, saved some worms, threw the grass over here in the compost, which is now all nice and tidy, thanks to our friend Justin, who's been coming out over and helping us out. We had to cut that way down. So yeah, it just became a big, huge compost pile, which was wonderful because it was full of worms, and they broke it down. And now, look, 3 years later, what a beautiful little spot we have now. And I'm very happy with that. So we've been working hard on that. Justin came to help, and we're grateful for his help, and he is grateful for our friendship. So we are just doing the best we can to vibrate with like minds in this crazy new normal we're living in California. So here's a big mullein that's taken root, and I guess I'm gonna have to let it do its thing, because look at this thing. They call it cowboy toilet paper, and it is such medicine. It takes up a lot of space. I don't usually like it in the pool garden because this is prime real estate here. This is where we watch our food and keep an eye on it. The voles are after it just like we are. So are the crows. They like the strawberries. So, ooh, that's a good one. I'm taking that one. So anyway, oh, see, look, we're always fighting little guys. So we just do the best we can here. We're not taking anything too seriously, believe it or not. Don't let them fool you. They say lots of things, the wagging tongues, but they don't know. They just don't know. And that's fine with me. So here's my golden delicious, and it is, look, we are getting some apples. So yeah, we're just doing baby steps. We're just doing what we can here. We're not getting too worked up about it. We're not trying to control things. You know, we're just taking it one day at a time. We're mostly being still and believing that God's got this. That's what we've learned from everything that we've lost. And so that's how you get peas like this, right? So I just left them alone, and look at them. Bless their hearts. We're all a little heartbroken. They sure love their Kainoa. Every time he came over here, they would just sprout up and get so much bigger. And we all did. But anyway, and there's no love lost. We just just need to be on the same page around here, that's all. And I can't explain my life to most people. I just need them to trust, and apparently I wasn't being trustworthy from somebody's perspective. So that is unfortunately their perspective, but it's something I can't have in my house, being accused of something that I'm not doing. So I refuse to acknowledge from anybody who just moved into my house under the circumstances can tell me that I'm the taker. So I'm happy to rack up the evidence for anybody who cares, but I really don't think I want to do anything other than just go on with my life, because it's a sad thing and I love CJ, but we're just on different planes, that's all. She's got a ways to go and I can't go back. I can't go back. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. And I'm gonna leave her in God's hands. I pray for her all the time, and I will continue to do so, because I believe that nobody's too far gone. Some people are too far gone for me, but not for God. So anyway, look, raspberry. Gary brought these home. So excited about that. Perfect raspberry. Wonderful strawberry. And the pool garden eventually will become a greenhouse. And you get to be a part of that journey too if you subscribe and share it with your friends. That's what we're doing up here in Humboldt County. Trying to face this Build Back Better bullshit that they're trying to sell us. So this is our answer to it. One step at a time, eating an elephant one step at a time. And so, yeah, this one's gonna become a beautiful weeping bonsai. These things can get very big. This one's not gonna get any bigger. It's gonna stay right there and watch. I cut it all to heck, but it's gonna be amazing. It's my favorite tree in the pool garden. Might even be my favorite tree at Rainbow's End. So I'm just really gonna give it one more chop down, and I think after this I'm gonna be able to really monitor it, because the last 3 years have just been absolute unadulterated you know what. So I'm glad that we're at least making some progress. Here's strawberry fields forever. So the strawberries finally got replanted. And we're gonna do a strawberry waterfall over the edge. Eventually there's gonna be a water feature. These are the blueberries. They are also coming back. I take the blossoms so that it can focus on the trunk. Still doing that because these guys have been through heck and they are really hanging in, but they're very slow growing. Blueberries are very slow growing, and this isn't exactly the best zone for them, so they might need some more heat, and that's why we're just holding tight till we can get this pool capped, and then maybe we can create an ecosystem that's more conducive to things like blueberries and peppers and tomatoes and stuff like that. So this is my boysenberry, and that was another rescue. Speaking of rescues, I'm very happy to say that Phil Haskell's night blooming jasmine, it doesn't look like much right now, but we were about to throw it out and then figured out that it was growing roots. So we did save it. That's why it's sitting right here on the compost pile, so that it's getting the best nutrients possible. And I talked to him about putting a night blooming jasmine outside his window because the wind blows every night, and it would be so cool to have the smell of jasmine right outside the window in the guest room, and he thought that was a great idea. So that's his memorial tree, and it didn't quite almost make it, but we saved it in time. It was being eaten alive from the underneath by probably the voles, and I didn't realize it because I've been going through hell and high water for the last 3 years straight. but diligently checking all boxes and doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. So luckily we've gotten now through most of the hard part. We've gotten through our Social Security hearing, which was absolute hell. I never in a million years wanted this for my life, but nonetheless, the systems are so broken here in California that even a hardworking single mom like me cannot get the care she needs for the mental illness disability. Just can't do it. So we're going to be parsing that story out in honor of the 22 veterans a day, speaking of Memorial Day, who decide that it's just too much and take their own lives. PG&E, my employer, hires a lot of veterans, and not to say that every veteran has PTSD, because that's not true, but there are some that do, and there's a lot of people that have PTSD that don't know that they have PTSD. Instead, they see the symptoms in their life, and we're going to be talking about that on Keeper of the Flame, my podcast channel, because we're going to be talking about a lot of this stuff that plagues mankind right now and is creating this insane new normal that they keep wanting to sell us as some new world order. So anyway, you can go along with that if you like. Nobody here is going to judge you about that. Not here at Power Girl Productions anyway. We understand cognitive dissonance probably better than anybody. So there's no judgment, but we're just trying to do something different. So this is us. This is what we look like. This is our backyard. And this is really, thanks to the new normal and all the Nazis here in Humboldt County, as far as we can go, because our body reacts in a very negative way when we get out there in the world and somebody tries to tell us to cover our face so that we can get a bag of bread or a cup of milk. So not my thing. I read the Bible. I know what's coming. I ain't even trying to play like I don't. So I just stay here in my backyard, and that's on my list to do. Wait till you see how beautiful these are. This is a hydrangea, purple hydrangea. You can see here in Humboldt County, the hydrangeas get so purple because of the acid in the soil. Because hydrangeas are a lot like pH balanced sticks, where it will give you an indication of what the acidity of the soil is. And because here the acidity is basically sandy loam, which is pretty acidic, the hydrangeas get a really beautiful deep purple. One of these days I'll get a picture of that so you can see this pales in comparison to what we see around town. So anyway, this is the lavender. It's really going nuts. And the fuchsia. So haven't quite gotten to these yet because I've been so busy focusing on the food. Obviously, guys, if you're not growing food, what are you doing? Please, anything. Onions, potatoes, all these things grow really, really fast, really, really easy. This is asparagus. Hopefully we'll get this in the ground this week. So anyway, yeah, that's that. And I just wanted to come out and show you real quick what we're doing over here. It's just going to get better from here out. There's a lot you don't see that's been planted. Oh, I wanted to show you the tomato that volunteered itself. Hold on. We've got some cosmos coming up. Oh, the beans are doing well. We got some, oh look. Got some amaranth. That's coming up. Wait till you see that. That's a grain substitute. Got some cosmos here. That's a cosmo. We got some beans. Beans are at the top of everybody's prepper list for food to grow. So I came out and buried some beans. Hopefully they didn't get eaten by the birds or the voles, and God just watered for me, which I love it when he works with me. This is his garden. His presence is definitely here, and I love it when he lets it rain so that the garden can get watered, because it's perfect timing. I just put those beans down. That's why I was mentioning that. So anyway, oh, here's the tomato. So this is a good spot for the tomato. We get a full progression of the sun here at Rainbow's End. We also get a miraculous rainbow that comes, you know, a few times a year. It comes right out here in the backyard. That's how it ended up. That, and you know, of course, there's a story. But anyway, this is again a volunteer. It just popped up, and she's doing great. And we're just gonna let her do what she does. We're not gonna clip her. We're not gonna mess with her. Just gonna keep giving her the worm juice and loving her and let her sit right next to the peas. The peas are getting to where they could be harvested. You can see here, look at these guys. All different shapes and sizes, some big bulky ones here. Look at that. Down at the bottom, the ones hanging down at the bottom are the ones that have a big bulk. Yeah. So, oh yeah, look at that one. Oh yeah. So we're just gonna let those get fat because we want peas. We love the full-size peas around here. Those. Oh, look at that. So, this is our joy at Rainbow's End. We keep it really, really simple. We love peas. We love apples. We love potatoes. We love strawberries. We are grateful for our food. We are grateful for our hot water. We are grateful for the breath in our lungs. That's why we refuse to put a mask on our face, because we relish and value our precious, fresh, beautiful, wonderful mountain sea air in Humboldt County. And I'll be darned if I let anybody come in between me and that. So if you want to do that, you go right ahead and do that. Me, I'm going to do my thing. Right, Mox? That's right. All right, guys. You take care. Miss Moxie says goodbye, and we will see you next time.
Feels like I've known you my whole life, but nothing more than friends this whole time. Summertime skipping rocks so innocent. I never thought I'd ever hold your hand, but there's something in the sunset feels different this time. There's a feeling, if you feel it, baby, I don't wanna hide. We don't gotta stay friends forever, we can cross that line together. Find love, baby, never say never. After all this time, I just want to take a step in a new direction. I wanna tell you what I failed to mention. We can fly a couple of birds of a feather. We don't gotta stay friends forever.